In this video, I'm going to show you how to get around San Diego using various sources of transportation next on Jaycation. What's up, Jaycationers? Welcome back to another video here in the San Diego series. Today, I'm going to give you the complete guide to transportation all around San Diego. Now, this video is going to focus mainly on the MTS transportation around San Diego. I'm also going to give tourists a few other forms of transportation that's very convenient to all the touristy spots like Old Town, Coronado. And I'm also going to give you prices and the stops for certain trolley lines, bus routes, and everything else in between. Also, I'm suited and booted in my Padres brown and gold because it's Padres opening day over at Petco Park. First things first, in order to ride MTS and NCTD, you have to purchase yourself a Pronto Card. Now, you can get these over at the machines over at any trolley station, and there's a couple of transit shops over in downtown you can pick these up at. They're only $2. So if you get this, plus a day trip, it's $8 in total. It will dispense it for you. Make sure you keep this. You can actually link the card number to your app. We made it over to the Nobel Drive trolley station, and over here they have a huge parking structure where parking is free. Now, the reason why I am not starting over at UTC, so I could show you the path all the way from UTC down to downtown, is that UTC is only free parking for 2 hours. So if I left my car longer than that, I'd have to pay some money. Love the beautiful view you get of the Mormon temple here in University City with the 15 right in between the trolley station and the temple itself. Here in the Nobel Drive parking structure for the trolley, MTS parking is assigned, so make sure you're looking at the parking spot. It'll tell you if it's transit parking, clean air, or retail parking. You don't want to park in the wrong spot and risk getting a ticket or something like that. Parking starts at the 3rd floor all the way to the roof for transit parking, and we're going to show you exactly how to use the machines for the Pronto Card. MTS stands for Metropolitan Transit System, and NCTD is the North County Transit District, and they work hand in hand. You'll see later on in the video about how to ride the coaster. So here's the Pronto machine. Let's start with the fares. Let's load pass, since I already have this. It says tap card below. Add money. $6 is ride all day. It's $2.50 per one-way ride, but since we're gonna ride this more than once, we're gonna go with the $6, and I'm gonna do debit credit. The next thing is very important that you do this. You have to find the check-in, tap-in area here. Grab your card. Boom, $2.50 one way. Now I'm ready to go. Hop on to the trolley next, and this is valid for 2 hours. You can transfer and it'll still be valid. You can transfer to the buses and all that other good stuff. And if you look at this particular stop, they do show you how long it takes for the next one to show up, so it's 12 minutes. One thing that's also a must is downloading the Pronto app, which is what they use for MTS and North County Transit. And you can create a virtual card, but I also loaded my physical card that you have to buy for $2. So look, it says I have $3.50 left. For an all-day pass, they're not going to charge you any more than $6. So if you load your Pronto Card more than $6, they're not going to take more than $6 per day on your travels within the San Diego area. What I really like about the Pronto app is it has a trip planner. You can show exactly where you're leaving from, and it'll tell you the exact directions. So from here, we're going to do the Nobel Drive to Santa Fe train depot, and the next train comes at 1:11. It gives you the exact directions, and that's really cool, and it'll tell you the price down below. So this is a really handy app. It'll also really help you with the bus routes, because the bus routes, as you can see, are very confusing around San Diego. For MTS Bus, MTS Trolley, and MTS Rapid, each one-way fare is $2.50, but like I said, they won't deduct more than $6 per day out of your account if you're riding more than 2 times. Now, if you're living here in San Diego and you want to buy a monthly pass, it's $72 for an adult. It goes down drastically for seniors, $23, and a day pass for seniors is only $3. Now on the weekends for families, you can have up to 2 kids, 12 and under, ride with you for free anywhere on the MTS transit routes. A little update, starting on May 1st, 2022, the Youth Opportunity Free Pass program starts for MTS, and kids 18 and under can ride San Diego Public Transit for free. You just gotta have that Youth Opportunity Pass. So that's gonna help a lot of the youth get around town, especially if they're going to high school, college, and it'll help them ride the bus and they'd be able to afford it because it's free. There are also special holidays. I'm gonna read them out. It's New Year's, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, a friend with you can ride free with a fare paying customer. So it's basically buy one, get one free. This is also a very accessible stop. They have elevators and there's braille here for the visually impaired. Also for safety, you're gonna wanna stand behind this black line right here as the trolley pulls up. If I were to drive from where I got on the trolley to downtown at the Santa Fe train depot, it's 21 minutes. We're gonna compare the car and the trolley ride. And keep in mind, you have to find parking when you're in downtown. So it looks like it's about 28 minutes from here to the Santa Fe train depot. And we're passing through Tecolote Canyon, the Claremont area right now. The next stop after Nobel Drive is Balboa Avenue. From here, you can hop a bus into Creamy Mesa or hop a bus over down to PB, as PB is only a couple miles away. Also keep in mind, you could probably also hop an Uber or a Lyft to get to these destinations if you're in a hurry. Over here at the Old Town Trolley Station, you could actually hop the San Diego Flyer. It is across the parking lot towards the sports arena. It's a free way for you to get to the airport. So if you can somehow access the trolley from where you're at, you can get over here and take the San Diego Flyer. I'll make sure to link all this stuff down below. So in a matter of 27 minutes versus 21 minutes, I have made it here to the Santa Fe Depot in downtown San Diego. Now this is the main train station for San Diego. Very small spot, but this is where you hop your coaster, your Amtrak, and there's also a trolley stop here. Now let's talk about the blue line. There are only 3 lines in the San Diego Trolley, and the blue line starts over in UTC and it ends at the border. The new extension added 9 new stops, which gives access to University City, La Jolla, Claremont, Mission Bay, Bay Ho, USD, all the way to Old Town and here in downtown San Diego. To finish off the blue line, once you hit downtown, you pass through Gaslamp, you'll get to Barrio Logan, then to National City, then to Chula Vista, then to San Ysidro, all the way down to the last US exit where you can get off the trolley and cross the border to Tijuana. From downtown, give or take, that's about 45 minutes. Right behind me are the train tracks. You can take the Amtrak to LA, Union Station. So downtown San Diego to Union Station, about 2.5+ hours. $35, you can get it at its lowest. I'm sure prices vary depending on times and availability, so you're gonna wanna check out the Amtrak website, but very convenient. You can just hop on here from downtown San Diego and get to downtown LA, Union Station, and from there, get to wherever you need to get to in Los Angeles. And you can also go the long haul, go to Santa Barbara, go to San Francisco using this Amtrak. Now check out how old school the Santa Fe train depot is. Brings you back to the early 1900s. If you're looking for visitor and transportation information, they have a booth over here at the train station as well. Let's talk about the orange line. The orange line takes you all the way to El Cajon, through La Mesa, Spring Valley, and then into the courthouse, which is its last stop. I don't see tourists using it as much. More people that live in the East County of San Diego, in La Mesa, El Cajon, use it to get to work or get to downtown San Diego. The third trolley line is the green line, and I have actually used this more in the past as I've parked in Fashion Valley, Mission Valley area and gone into Comic Cons. Green line itself starts in Santee, so if you're living in Santee, the green line will take you from Santee all the way to SDSU, San Diego State, which I use the trolley every now and then towards the end of my education there. It takes you into Mission Valley where the new stadium's being built, Fashion Valley Mall, Mission Valley Mall, and into Old Town and here to downtown San Diego. Right behind me is America Plaza. This is where you'd stop to get to the courthouse. And if you're doing jury duty, you actually get a free pass for using MTS that day. In order to link you to other places that are not close to the trolley stop, you can hop on the MTS Bus, and there are a ton of different routes. So I'm gonna suggest that you check out the Pronto app because it'll tell you all the bus routes that you can take to either getting to work or a certain place that is not near a trolley station. So we'll talk a little bit more about the different types of MTS buses they have. They have Rapid, they have MTS Rural, they have Rapid Express, and just the regular MTS buses that will take you around places like downtown. And this is a bus stop that serves about 4 different routes: 280, 290, 923, and 992. A tip about when you're riding an MTS bus, there is a yellow cord that you need to pull when you're about to get to your stop. Unlike the trolley where it stops at every scheduled stop, the bus won't unless you hit that yellow cord. When you enter the bus, you're also going to want to tap in your Pronto Card or Pronto app by the bus driver or somewhere around the bus. All this public transportation is making me hungry, so I'm going to show you a nice spot right by the trolley stop called Giovanni's to get a slice of pizza. And you know, it's a little more expensive over at Petco Park. It's almost 2 o'clock, so let's grab a slice before we head over towards the ballpark. So if you're looking for a nice quick spot by the train station, check out Giovanni's for a couple slices. I usually go here if I have jury duty, and I got the buffalo chicken and the pepperoni sausage. Definitely a lot cheaper than the ballpark. Nice and warm. Definitely will hold me off. I'm looking to try the new hot chicken sandwich over at Petco. Both thumbs up. And look at the view. You get the trolley stop. Also, to add on about the cruise ships, we have a very small cruise ship terminal, but there are about 5 or 6 different cruise lines that port over there. I've seen a Disney cruise ship there in the past. These are cruises that go through Baja California, Mexico, and you can go to Ensenada and take nice trips down the Baja coast. We've made it over to the Embarcadero, and this is where you would want to catch the Coronado Ferry, and they've raised the prices to the Coronado Ferry. It used to be $5 each way, $10 round trip, and now it's a total of $14 round trip, $7 each way, so they raised it. Over here you can also do dinner cruises, Patriot jet boat, whale watching, and they show the times and the prices, but we will do another video on water activities to do on the bay, so stay tuned for that. If you're to hop the ferry from the Embarcadero to Coronado, this is the stop off the Broadway Pier, but they also have a smaller stop closer to the Hilton and the Convention Center, which I've used in the past with Action Kid. It's only about a 15-minute ferry ride, beautiful views, especially on a sunny day like today. You can see the helicopters and the planes flying around, all the sailboats. Really awesome ride for only $14 round trip. And this right here is the Visitor Info Center, where you can get all the cruises and tours and information. As for the Coronado Ferry, they come frequently throughout the day. They even have the schedules, and you can see it when you hit the dock, so you know exactly what time they come from there and to there. I actually just asked the bike taxi how much it costs to get from the USS Midway to Petco Park and how much it is for a family of 4 plus tip. He said $50 in total. I can legit walk there in 25 minutes and it'll be just as nice of a stroll. That's expensive. So let's talk a little bit about parking. So the parking meters that are around downtown San Diego, they operate till about 8 p.m., 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. This particular one is about $2.50 per hour, 7 days a week, 3-hour time limit. I've seen other parking meters around downtown San Diego for only about $1.25, $1.50. I parked by the gas lamp sign and it was that cheap over there. So it does vary depending on what area you are, if you're in a touristy spot or in the business district. This parking structure behind me is the Manchester Grand Hyatt's parking structure. Pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Ace Parking is one of the main parking companies in all of San Diego, and Ace Parking has a website where you can go check out the different prices on certain dates, and you can reserve a parking permit through that website. I tried that during Comic Con. I got parking passes for 15 bucks in Little Italy and just took the trolley into the convention center, and it was really convenient. So I'm gonna link that down below. It's Ace Parking. I think they call it Space Parking, and you can find all the various parking spots and parking lots here in downtown San Diego. Parking's not cheap, guys, I'm telling you. It can range you up to about $50 to $75 depending on where you're at. There are other parking lots that are cheaper, $12, $15, but those parking spots are a little more in the outer Brinks and less convenient for you. If you're finding value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. It really helps distribute it throughout YouTube. Consider subscribing if you're finding me out for the first time. I do a ton of San Diego, Las Vegas, and world food and travel content. Now back to the transportation video. We made it over here to Seaport Village, and right in the middle of it, in the entrance of Embarcadero Marina Park, you have your ticket center right here where you can hop on the Old Town Trolley tours. Now, Old Town Trolley tours, you can save yourself almost $5, $4.60. It's $41.40 for a day if you book your Old Town Trolley online. It starts around 9 o'clock, ends around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll take you to all the tourist destinations you need to go to, whether it's downtown, Balboa Park, Old Town, Coronado. This is all within the loop for the Old Town Trolley tours. And you know, if you're just a tourist here and you're only here for a couple of days, that might be the best way for you to see all the scenic touristy parts of San Diego. Now you also have the option to buying it here physically, but you're gonna pay the extra $4.60. So every dollar counts in this day and age, and if you want to save a few bucks, just book it online. And you can also get your San Diego Seal Tours ticket here, which is the Amphibious boat, which goes on land and on water, which is a really cool tour as well. And if you book that online, you save some money too. The next thing I want to talk about is getting around downtown for free. I'm talking about the Circuit app. Now these things are called Freds. They're basically free rides around the borders of downtown San Diego. It doesn't go past like Bankers Hill. You can ride this for free. The only thing about this is you have to wait. There's no priority like Lyft or Uber once you find a ride. Like right now, I just ordered a ride and it's 17 minutes away to take me to Petco Park. It's a little too long, so I'm gonna cancel that ride. Sorry about that, but the ETA was too long. I'm just gonna walk over to the trolley and get there that way. But you also do want to tip. Make sure you tip when you get on these rides. This is where they shot scenes of Top Gun, the original Top Gun. And Top Gun Maverick comes out in May, which is just next month, so I'm excited to see that. In order to tap in with your cell phone, I guess you have to link a virtual card, but I didn't do that. I just have the physical, so even though you see the balance amount of your physical card, you still got to get a virtual to tap it in with your phone, so I'm gonna have to use my normal card. It's good to always have this anyways, just in case technology fails you. And when you need to scan your phone, this is the QR code that the virtual card will produce every time you check in. Instead of the blue line, I'm getting on the green line. Seaport Village, just 2 stops to Gaslamp Quarter, where I'll walk in from there.
Yeah, here? Yeah, we're here, buddy.
Took 2 stops, but it's right before the baseball game, so it is packed over here. But yeah, go Padres. Made it into the ballpark. Very beautiful day for opening day baseball here in San Diego. Next, I want to talk about the MTS buses. Now they have MTS buses with a ton of different routes all around the city. Like I said, check out the Pronto app. It'll give you the best routes to get to your destination. Now there's another thing called MTS Rapid, which goes a longer distance, and it's more of an express bus from like North County, East County, and it'll get you to downtown and other places in San Diego a lot faster. They actually have a bus from El Cajon, Borrego Springs, and it does a loop all around the East County area called MTS Rural. So those are the different buses and bus types they have here in San Diego. First things first, Jaycationers, we gotta go to Barrio Dog and get the cucumber michelada.
My name's Alfonso, here at Barrio Dog. Today we are serving up La Fresca, the cucumber michelada, for my boy JJ.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
There you go,
nice
sir.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you. Thanks for coming to see us.
It's not opening day without coming here and trying out the Barrio Dog cucumber michelada. I'm gonna have this again tomorrow. This is the only beverage that I'm gonna have here. Craft beer in the ballpark is super expensive. It's a nice warm day here in San Diego. I'm gonna pop this open, start that pour, baby. Got your tahini rim here with the lime. Of course you gotta squeeze that lime with the tahini in there. This is so good that like you can drink this and you can still have some of the Estrella. You can also have Pacifico and Modelo. So cheers, guys. Guys, so refreshing. So good. Let's talk about Uber and Lyft around town. Now, if you're staying in downtown and just trying to hop a quick Uber to the other side, then it'll only cost you about $7 to $10. But if you're trying to get to the beach area or other parts of San Diego County, it might cost you even more than that, anywhere from 15 upwards to 50 bucks, depending on how far you go. So Lyft and Uber are good for short distances, but not for your entire trip here in San Diego. All right, Jaycationers, so we're trying out San Diego's finest hot sandwich. This is the hot hen sandwich. It's got all different types of red peppers, spices in it, with French fries that are seasoned. Gave me some barbecue sauce with it. First ever bite of Echo Park's newest food item. It's got a sweet spice to it, really crunchy chicken, not very juicy. The bun's pretty nice. This is pretty good, $15.50. You can find this up in the 300 section, section 316. Kind of hard to find, but if you want to try the newest chicken sandwich in San Diego, head up here. Decided to leave the game. Padres are winning 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th, so I'm happy. Opening day, a success. Now let's see how it is to get on the trolley at night. Definitely not waiting 27 minutes for this, so I'm gonna walk over to the blue line. I left the game at the end of the 7th inning after Machado hit that home run and he went 5 for 5. It's 9-0 now. Back on the blue line, back to Nobel Drive. Let's see how safe it is over here right now. So far, so good. It's actually pretty quiet and it's the opening day crowd, so I beat that post-game rush. Although I hopped the blue line from 12th and Imperial over to America's Plaza, the blue line, this trolley I hopped, ends here, Nobel Drive, where I parked. There's one coming in 3 minutes, so not to fret. And it looks like it comes every 15 minutes or so after a ball game. And so far, I've seen a couple of homeless people on here. I mean, when I used to do night school at SDSU in my final couple semesters, I used to take the trolley from Grantville into SDSU and then SDSU back to the Grantville parking lot. And one time I vaguely remember seeing somebody wiping their face with a paper bag and asking for a penny. That was really the only weird time that I had an experience on the trolley. You just gotta be vigilant and just watch your surroundings. If you're ever feeling unsafe, there is a number you can text or call to report. If you want to follow SDMTS for updates, they have a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Oh, check it out. It actually didn't even activate the all-day pass, so I was able to save $1, and I can use that for my next time I use the Pronto Card. Oh, about half an hour. We're back here at Nobel Drive, right next to the beautiful temple. Now let's continue on with the North County Transit District and talk about the coaster. This is the coaster. The coaster costs a little more to ride. A round trip from Oceanside all the way to downtown San Diego, Santa Fe train station. I think it's about $13 round trip. They go by zones. There's 3 zones. The first zone is Oceanside down to Solana Beach, and it'll stop around Carlsbad and Encinitas as well. And then the second zone is here in Sorrento Valley, and then the third zone are the final 2 stops, which is Old Town and downtown San Diego at Santa Fe Train Depot, and that's how they're priced. If you're only traveling within one zone, it's only like $5 each way. If you're traveling a second zone, it goes up a little more, and then a third zone, and so on. They also offer monthly passes. Now, what's really nice about that is if you just load your Pronto app with money, it'll just deduct the correct amount of money that's needed. If you're looking to ride the coaster, you can still use the Pronto app. It just costs a little more. It goes by zones. 2 other forms of transportation that is used in North County is the Sprinter and the Breeze. Now the Sprinter is almost like the trolley. It goes from Escondido to San Marcos to Vista to Oceanside, and I think there's 2 different lines that you can take. $2.50 each way, just like the trolley. If you need to access the more quieter beaches and the more local beaches of San Diego, of North County San Diego, you can take the bus that's called the Breeze, and it starts all the way from Oceanside and it stops all the way in La Jolla in Westfield, UTC. Tourists that would be using the coaster would be ones that are staying at a resort or a hotel in the Carlsbad, Oceanside, Encinitas area and want to get into downtown if they don't have a car. But usually when you're staying in North County, you're probably gonna have a rent-a-car. Next up, let's talk about scooters. If you've been in downtown San Diego in the past, you've probably seen a couple of those Lime or Bird scooters. So basically, depending on the area you are in town, they're gonna give you a fixed rate on the app that you're gonna pay regardless. And then they're gonna charge you cents per minute until you park your ride and stop it on the app. Some of you might be wondering about the Greyhound Bus station, and it's not really much of a station. It's just a small office building over on 12th and Imperial. They have that there, and then down in San Ysidro, the last US exit, they do have a station where the Greyhound bus stops right at the last stop of the US-Mexico border. You hear me talk about this all the time on my channel, and I always will continue to preach this, and that's, if you're visiting San Diego, rent a car. I believe that there's so much to see around San Diego County, and maybe on the first few days you're staying here, you don't rent the car, and then you rent it on the last few days so you can see more of just downtown San Diego and the touristy areas. I prefer riding in luxury, and SD Cruising Rentals gives you a fleet of about 11 cars, and you get 15% off if you use the promo code Jaycation when booking. And San Diego has a huge rent-a-car garage over by the airport, and Hertz, Enterprise, Budget, all those rent-a-car stations are over there, and if you book it online, you can get yourself a rent-a-car straight out the airport. All right, Jaycationers, so that will do it for the complete transportation guide to San Diego County. Hopefully this helps you plan your next trip or help you get around San Diego. If you have any other suggestions or comments about it, please comment down below. Now let me give you my honest opinion. I'm born and raised here in San Diego, and maybe it's just because I'm very impatient, but I'd rather have a car. So I definitely would say rent a car when you're in San Diego, and I'm gonna stick to that even after using public transportation over this last week going to the Padre games. It just was a little slow, to be honest with you, even though you still gotta park in downtown and pay all that money to park in downtown. The trolley does eventually close, so if you're out and about late at night, you're not gonna be able to ride the trolley back to North County. And it also experienced a couple delays. It was a 15-minute delay when I was going to the second Padre game of the week, and we almost missed the first pitch. We had to hustle to walk to the ballpark. You can still experience delays because the trains and some trolleys might clog up around the downtown area. All right, Jaycationers, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps distribute it throughout YouTube. Please consider subscribing. I have a ton of San Diego, Las Vegas, and world content, food and travel, and tip videos just like this. And if you want to join my Facebook group called It's Always Sunny in San Diego, we have about 6,000 San Diego lovers there talking about the latest news, gives you recommendations, tips, and tricks on your next trip here in San Diego or your move to San Diego. And if you want to support me in 2022, check out my Patreon, Teespring, or PayPal. I have them all linked down below. And we'll see y'all in the next video. And in the words of Jaycation, stay traveling, San Diego. Want to see more videos related to San Diego? Well, check out my San Diego playlist down here and my common tourist mistakes video over here. See you there, Jaycationers.